We're looking at the demo of the example in Pluggy. The links are all attached in the README file, but they have what they call the complete example with example. And I've kind of copied all of that into a repo. And I've also added an extra plugin. There's is example spam. I've just added a duplicate example tofu and just changed everything to make everything work. With these two plugins, requirements, just Pluggy. I've added in rich PyBox and PyTest requests for further use. Let's have a quick look at the structure of the project. Its example, which is the host and the specs, the two plugins, the setup.py links to example at the top, and we're in a root folder. So we're in the bottom here. You should, if you open it up, the root should be setup requirements readme.md. To set it all up, create a virtual environment, pip install the requirements, and then what we do is we install the example and then the two plugins. We'll go through that, and these are the different outputs. This is the standard output they give, and they give the one with spam as well. And all I've done in that is just changed it a little bit. That I've changed it so it's very obvious what ingredients we're getting compared to the docs up here. So if we come down to the, let's see, to one of the hooks, yeah, example spam, they're adding it. I'm putting it all uppercase so it's very obvious. We have two hook implementations. So if you go through the documents, you can sort of follow the code. It's very well explained. I just wanted to get it up and running in the right way with an extra plugin. So with that being said, let's come in here. Let's open up the terminal. And if we open up everything, the first thing we've done, I've installed the requirements. I've set up my virtual environments. If I go to my README file, the first thing I need to do now is install the main host, which is example. The setup is in the root. So all I need to do is do a pip install. And before we do that, let's just do a pip list. Example has already been in it. I'm going to do pip uninstall egg. I was just testing it all out. So if I run example, which is the command line, we won't get anything, which is good. That's working. Do a pip list just to show that that's everything down. So it's just our standard things that we've imported through our requirements.txt. So to get everything running, let's go into README. Let's install the host, which is example. Set up here, we can see it's the example. The entry point is in host main. So you can see that in the documents. So if we do that and run that, it's going to build an egg file and a build folder. There we see the sample egg, and we also see a build folder. So do that, run the, there we go. That's the standard output that they expect from the docs. Now what we'll do is we'll install our plugin. We'll install our spam one first as per the docs. And again, we'll see now in the root, and the reason we've had to go into the folder to find the setup as opposed to doing the dot. You could move into the folder and just do pip install dot, but we're doing all from the root. If we do CLS and pip list, we'll now see we've got example and example spam. So if we run example again, command line argument, there we see we've got our spammy, and we've taken out the steak sauce, and yeah, that's the one which we get from the docs. The docs say in that one, when we're adding in the plugin, Yeah, we're adding in spam source and removing steak sauce. I mean, you can follow that through. Spam sauce is in there. There's no steak sauce. Let's now do the tofu. Build that in. Again, we'll see in here, we'll get the egg. We'll also get a build folder. If we run egg sample, let's just do that higher up. There we see we get tofu and spam added, tahini sauce and spam sauce. Those were the ones in the tofu version, and we get the two commandments. So it's adding in everything as if we'd added that code into the main class. Hence the plugin structure. And I may later on add a bit more pie box and enrich to make it all look nicer. But there is a setup working, and all the links will be on the video and in the README.